Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's morning market. My name is Chris Leyland. I'm Director of Investment Strategy here at True Potential. And what our goal is with morning markets is we really want to give you an insight into the discussions that we're having as an investment team. And let's look at asset price movement first. So we'll start with the UK. So the FTSE rose yesterday 57 points. So it moved back through that 7,000 level. So is up just under 1% on the day. If we look at the key drivers of return, it was energy. So stocks such as Royal Dutch Shell, BP were both up over 3% yesterday. And that's really on the back of the oil price rising to a 2-month high over the day, as you can see on our chart. If we move to the US, it's actually a different story across the pond. So the US stock markets yesterday actually closed down. So the S&P was off 2.14%, and the more technology-focused NASDAQ index was off 2.7%. Now, the key data point here, and something that you might have been looking at if you've been watching the news or reading the news online, is the release of the US inflation data. So expectations were for a rise of 3.6%. This is for the annual inflation rate in April 2021, but the figure came in higher than that, so it came in higher at 4.2%. So this is the highest reading since September 2008. If we look at the main drivers of that, the key ones really petrol prices, so gasoline. So that's up 43% in the last 6 months. So that's something that you may have experienced yourselves when you've been filling up the cars. And then just looking at fuel oil, used cars and trucks, again, all significantly up, all big components of US inflation. If we look at core inflation, so we strip out the more volatile components such as energy prices, food, that was up 3% on the year, so a little bit lower there. If we look at the reaction in bond markets, US Treasury yields backed up on the inflation print data release, with yields at one point moving over the 1.69% level for the 10-year. So after the big increases in yields seen earlier in the year, generally actually there's been a little bit of stabilization within US Treasury yields, although what we're seeing this month is that they're climbing back close to their March highs. I think if we take a step back from this, how inflation develops really is one of the key topics right now. Due to the pandemic-induced cratering of prices, we know a base effect is inevitable as we enjoy a strong recovery. Investors are nervous that higher inflation levels could lead the US central bank, so the Federal Reserve, to raise interest rates at a faster pace than initially thought. What's important though, the Fed, however, have been explicit, continuing with their guidance that inflation will be transitory and they're not looking to raise interest rates until 2024. Okay, so if we look out over today, we have Andrew Bailey, so the Governor of the Bank of England. He's got his speech, which will give clues as to the Bank of England's view on the health of the UK economy. In the US, more data is due with the Department of Labour's initial weekly jobless claims figures. And that's going to be really heavily in focus after Friday's below expectations number for non-farm payrolls. I hope you enjoyed the video today, and I look forward to speaking to you tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Subscribing to the True Potential YouTube channel is quick and easy. Simply go to your YouTube app on your phone, type in True Potential and press the red subscribe option. You'll then be notified as and when new videos are released.